from Ford Field in Detroit. It's Week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports. Jared Goff and the Detroit Lions versus Joe Burrow and the Dallas Cowboys.
Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Ford Field tunnels, and the noise level in this place just about off the charts. They are set for football as the Lions get ready to do battle with the Dallas Cowboys. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game. So they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Taken at the goal line. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2020 from LSU. It's Joe Burrow.
There's a lot of good to watch in the game last week, wasn't there? I mean, he did throw 2 touchdown passes. That was impressive. And he's so close, isn't he? The 3 interceptions killed him and his team. That was costly. But if he just cleans that up a little bit, there's a reason for optimism with this team and this passer.
Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The numbers for him from a week ago: 12 carries, 86 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, this is where it becomes a challenge for the offensive coordinator. He's got a bell cow at tailback right now, #3 in the league in rushing, within shouting distance of the lead. But at the same time, if the passing game is open, he's got to take advantage of that too.
A little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, trying to make a big play, and gave up a bigger one instead. Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long
touchdown, Cowboys. Jamar Chase, his 4th touchdown on the year, and the Cowboys have taken the early lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it: get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And they're not going to get the kick off in time. So that'll back him up 5. Another attempt now from 5 yards further back. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the guy out of California, the former Cal Bear, Jared Goff.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
On 2nd and 10, Goff. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Back to throw, Goff. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is going to have the Lions first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. Off play action. Here's Goff. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Go off a handoff here to Swift. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more loud.
Puts it on the carpet. It's out. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. A big play here for Dallas. One of the good things about throwing it in his direction, he usually has the size advantage on those 2-man catches.
And what I like about his game is that he carries himself at his full height. He understands it's an advantage and uses it at every opportunity.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Saquon Barkley hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdowns, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Gone. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's Goff. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Goff now to throw. And this one taken in by Cephas. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 37. From the gun, here's Goff. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. Now a toss for Swift left side. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Now it's Goff. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, they'll spot it right in midfield at the 50. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt.
That's how you get fired up, baby. That's how you get fired up.
Here comes the Lions punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he...
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked by Tavarius Moore. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. After the interception, here's Goff. He'll get this off to Swift. That catch good for only a couple. And they're trying to line up quickly here. Goff urging them on. Now here's a throw that's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First down now, but the clock continues to move. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. The Lions need to move. They're hustling to the line now. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Throwing on 3rd, Goff. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Joe Burrow trots out again with the rest of his offense. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit? Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. A big play there just before halftime. Now the Cowboys are going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. Throwing now, Burrow on first down. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And the Lions are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll begin up in the Meadowlands. The G-Men hosting Tennessee at MetLife Stadium. And it's the Titans out in front in that one. A.J. Brown, a touchdown reception. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they trail in that one to the visiting Las Vegas Raiders. Auden Tate, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's check in on our nation's capital to see what's happening with the Washington football team at home at FedEx Field. And things didn't work out for them as they fall to the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Jalen Hurts, sharp in the victory as his guys get back within a game of 500. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together?
It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start calling back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done. Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you're throwing so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. First down, and they go with Swift again. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. There's Goff. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. They begin with a run by Barkley. Oh, good. Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Cowboys. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Now Zerline on to add the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
And right about now, you start to think, and maybe they're starting to think, gosh, maybe points aren't going to happen for us in this game.
Well, it's a thought that is worth having because so far in this game, this defense has not just had the upper hand. They've appeared to be a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps, to everything they've done. They've had an answer for everything this offense has thrown at them.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow rolling to his right.
And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again.
Picked off near the 29. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42.
They'll start on the ground with Swift.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Once again, it's Swift.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
45 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Now a 1st down throw. Goff.
They'll find Swift out of the backfield.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Here's Swift.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
DeAndre Swift.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Lions are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away.
Now Pollard. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
He'll find Lamb. That's complete.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning.
And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown.
Jamar Chase.
His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Cowboys look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. So that drive there, CD, a good response, and that might be the one that gets them to the finish line, a comfortable lead.
Yeah, and that's all about not letting the team back into a game because they just gave up a touchdown. It was back to a 2-score game, and anything can happen in that situation. But instead, they came through with a really terrific drive right there that ended in 6. So you like to slam the door on teams. In this case, they're trying to lock it as well.
Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Goff on first down. He gets it complete to Harris. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Goff.
Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end.
They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. Goff now looking to throw.
He gets this complete to Cephas.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 44-yard line.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35.
7 yards to pick up there.
Goff throwing again. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver, that makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Terrell Basham in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Throw left side complete. That's Harris. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. From the gun on third down. Goff. And he's got his target, Harris. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Brown. And the Cowboys are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Barkley. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 132 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Now a handoff here to his running back. Shifts by him and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one.